Hello, Hollywood Times viewers. Judy Shields here. Today, we welcome country singer, songwriter, and American Idol alum, Alex Miller.
Hello, Judy. How are you?
I'm pretty good, Alex. I got to ask you, what's that guitar behind you?
Well, this is a guitar that belongs to I'm in my social media people's office, and so this is one of their guitars. So
Gotcha.
they let me come over to their office and do this today.
Well, very good. I just love that Levi jacket.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Canadian tuxedo. I got the jeans to match.
Very good, very good. So, how you been? What's happening? I hear you got a 5-song EP called Country.
Well, yeah, we've been this summer we've been hitting the road pretty hot and heavy. We've done quite a few shows, about 50 shows this summer, which has been really cool. And then, like you said, we released a new record, which is always good for me. And it's called Country, like you said. And being such a cornbread country guy, the least I could do was call mine Country. So it's a good record.
Well, let's talk about. I like to talk about
Sure.
the song. So the first one I see here is "Girl, I Know a Guy." So talk about that song, where the title came from, who wrote it, all that good stuff.
Yeah, sure thing. So I did not write this song. The guys that wrote this was Tim Rushlow of Little Texas, Walt
Oh,
Aldridge, and Danny Albright, which is three legendary writers there in Nashville. And getting to a song pitched to me from them was pretty cool. And the song is a song I needed. It's a song for all my ladies out there. And the premise behind the song is, if your man ain't treating you right, then girl, I know a guy. Basically, is kind of what it's like.
well, there you go. I know that's a great one for sure. Second one is "When God Made the South." That's a cool song, cool music.
Well, thank you. It's a Charlie Daniels fuse song, and that's kind of what I wanted. It's a really cool song and works really good at our live shows, and that's kind of what I liked about the song is how well we can perform it live, and it gets the audience really rowdy, and that's what we like.
Yeah, it sure did. For an early morning, it's like woohoo.
Yes, right.
Next one is "Every Time I Reach for You." Oh,
This is a Keith Whitley George Jones ballad that I had in the back of my head, and I had that title originally, and then I wrote a song, but it wasn't like that at all. And so whenever I rewrote it with Jerry Salley, we turned it into just a great country tear my beard kind of song.
well, this next song, I gotta know about the title. "Putting Up Hay."
Well, that kind of goes back to my Garrett County, Lancaster, Kentucky roots. The song idea I wrote it with Jerry Salley and Larry Cordell, and Larry wrote Highway 40 Blues and Murder on Music Row and some big songs for some big artists, and so I was honored just to get in a writing session with him. But when we putting up hay together, we try to think back to my farming days because I grew up on about an 800-acre cattle farm in central Kentucky, so.
Wow.
It was very easy. The lyrics came very easy to me because I'd put up hay all my life. That's what I did on the farm with my folks, and it was very natural writing that song.
Congratulations. That's pretty cool. You need to do a video for that one.
We got one on the way. It's going to be a good one.
Oh, good. Can't wait to see that one. Oh, cool. The last one, but not least, is "Getting Lucky in Kentucky."
That kind of wrote itself.
Right.
But I had that. That's a saying here in the state of Kentucky is getting lucky in Kentucky. Now I don't have to be just with female interest. You can also get lucky at bingo and at the horse races too. And that's kind of we tried to throw a few different things like that in there.
Oh, it's very well written, very well sung by you.
Well, thank you.
Let's talk about something else coming up November 4th. You're going to have to explain this. What is this? It says you will receive an FFA's Honest Honor American FFA degree at the National FFA Convention. What does FFA stand for?
Well, it is the Future Farmers of America, and it is the largest run student organization. And I was a member of that all throughout high school. So high school
Oh,
kids can sign up for it, and you can get degrees to go to college with it. You can get scholarships, all kinds of different things that help kids. It grows really good leaders, really good public speakers. And it was an organization that has really meant the world to me and has influenced me in just about everything that I do. And the first time I kind of got involved with them, my aunt, she was a state officer, so they have officers and things like that. It's a well-run organization, and it's one of the coolest things to be involved with. Their jackets almost look like this, but they're corduroy, and they're just it's a great organization. So the American FFA degree, what it is, it's they have this thing called a SAE, which is a supervised ag experience, I think is what that's called. And so what they do is they have a farming operation. So if you're a dairy farmer, or if you're a cattle farmer, or beans or corn or crops, you can register with that and keep your progress up, and submit things like that. So I got involved with that whenever I was really young, and I've been keeping up with my records and things. And so I submitted it and received this degree, which is there's 3 or 4 different levels of it. So this is the highest one you can get.
And I also read here that you're going to be, they invited you to be a judge of the National Talent Competition. How cool is that, huh?
That's pretty cool. What's really neat about it was 4 or 5 years ago, I was competing in the National FFA Talent, and now I get to judge it, which is kind of wild, but very, very honored, and just very thankful that they allowed me to come back and do it.
Very cool. So let's talk about you. When did you first discover your voice? How old were you?
Well, I was 3 years old whenever I started singing, and I started singing as a lot of country artists do in church. And my first song I remember singing was a Long Black Train by Josh Turner, because at the time I was interested in Thomas the Train, and so that's kind of where that came from, as the song's about trains. So that was always one of my favorite ones. And then I branched off into Hank Williams and Johnny Cash from there. So that's kind of my early age. And then I started playing guitar at 6, that is, excuse me.
Oh, so who bought you your first guitar?
My papa bought me my first guitar. It was Indiana. It was this big. I swear it wasn't very big at all, but it was enough for me to learn how to play on. And it was actually a gut string guitar, they call them, or a classical guitar, and we put regular guitar strings on it, so it's a wonder it didn't blow apart. But it was a great little guitar for me to start out on, and I still have the little thing.
Do you? Oh, that is so cool. Do you ever pluck on it just for the heck of it?
I do. It's not a bad little guitar, but it's definitely child size, we'll put it that way.
Do you play any other instruments?
I do. In fact, I play steel guitar and a little mandolin and a little banjo, but I'm more on the steel guitar and the guitar side of things.
Oh my goodness, keep that steel guitar going. We just love that and miss it. Always have that steel guitar.
Will do.
So do you also have when you go out and tour, do you have a band that's all yours? Or?
Oh, yes. I have
Talk about them.
I have a 4-piece band. My bass player, his name's William Marshall. He's been playing music a long time. He's just a really good guy. My drummer is Mark Laws. He's from Tennessee. And then my guitar player, he's Jeff Watson. He was with Exile for a long time. So got some good guys in my band. And then Larry Todd plays keyboard. And he's more in the gospel field of music, but he comes out and travels with me. And great guys, great singers, and they're a little more seasoned musicians. But that's what I enjoy, is getting to go out with some guys that know more than I do.
You're very smart. So are you touring? Are you touring right now and going to tour throughout the rest of the year?
Oh, yes, ma'am. We've got quite a few dates coming up, and even got some stuff on the books for next year. And it's a gradual process, as any artist will tell you. But we had a very successful year this year. And, we're traveling in a bus, which makes life very, very, very easy for us now. So things are really looking on the up and up.
So will you be doing any kind of like Christmas shows or doing any Christmas songs? Do you have a favorite Christmas song?
I do have a favorite Christmas song. I always enjoyed the old standards, but I recorded one called "That's What Christmas Is For." It's a pretty nice little song. I've got one I've wrote that I haven't recorded I like too, but my favorite Christmas song is probably "Blue Christmas" by Elvis Presley. I always like that one. So, we got some Christmas shows coming up. One in Hodgenville, Kentucky, and not in Hodgenville. We got one in Hodgenville, and we got one in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. And so more home things is kind of what we're doing our Christmas shows at.
How about the holidays coming up? What do you do for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas?
Well, let's see. For Halloween, I don't have to dress up. I'm scary enough just the way I look. But,
come on.
For Thanksgiving, we're gonna go to my aunt's house. We always have a nice dinner there, and it'd be just good to see my family and things like that. That's always fun. And for Christmas, we all get together and exchange gifts. Just typical family stuff.
Yeah, what's on your Christmas list?
Peace and quiet, but I know I ain't gonna get it.
Boy, that's a good one. So let's hear about your with your career, and you said you were playing guitar when you're younger. So what took you and who took you to American Idol?
Well, it was my mom. She signed me up for it on a kind of a whim, but it was a happy accident too. We were talking one night about what I was going to do after I got out of high school. You know, I was 17 when I auditioned, and she's like, "Well, son, you know, I know music might not be the thing for you. You know, I got the typical musician talk, and you know, I just was very adamant that music was what I wanted to do. So she saw this thing on Facebook for an open call audition, which it was Zoom call at the time. And so she signed me up for it, and I was on like a Tuesday night. I got home from school and I prepared myself, and I went in there and did some Johnny Cash and some things like that. And they said, "Well, how would you like to come out to Hollywood and sing for the celebrity judges?" And I said, "Well, that don't sound too bad to me. Let's just give it a shot." So, you know, I didn't have nothing else going on. So we went on out there and sung, and you know, it changed my life.
Yeah, what was that experience coming into Hollywood for you? First time you've been out here?
It was my first time. Yeah, it's not like Kentucky is too close. We don't make trips that often, but hopefully we can make some more. But it was very nice. I enjoyed it. There's so much history there, you know, with the music movie business and even the music business. I liked seeing the big old Capitol building over there. That was my favorite.
A round building is kind of trippy, huh?
Yeah, it looked. I thought it was a space needle at first, but no, it's the Capitol building.
Oh my gosh, pretty cool. So you're
Yeah.
writing some you got this EP, you're writing you still writing songs?
Oh, all the time. You don't ever quit writing once you start. You can find inspiration anywhere, and in fact, I've been working on a few things the last couple of days. I'm going in to do about 2 weeks worth of writing here in November, so that's kind of what my November is going to be, is my writing time. So that's I'm excited about that, and so I've been working on a few different ideas and things, just getting it prepared.
So do you sometimes excuse me, write on paper towels, napkins?
Yeah, I write on anything. I use my notes in my phone a lot. That's kind of where I can use a lot and keep my ideas, because when I'm driving or something, I have something I can just type that in there real quick. But I still write on paper quite a bit. That's the best way to keep your ideas secret too.
There you go. Just keep them in your shirt pocket there. Just make
That's
sure they
right.
don't get washed.
That's right.
Oh, good. Has that ever happened to you where your music got washed in the washing
No,
machine?
I've never had that happen to me. I've deleted a few things and not realized it and then lost it, but that was on me.
How about your dog? Your dog ever ate your words?
No, my dog's never ate my words, but she's definitely inspired a few songs. That's for sure.
Very cool. Well, we know the hay has inspired you.
Oh yes, the hay, rolling in the hay sure has too.
So when you have a day off, what is a day for Alex when you have a day off? What do you do?
Huh? That's a good question. I hadn't had one in a while.
Yep, see?
If I'm not doing something, I don't really particularly like days off, because I feel like you need to be a productive person in life, and I'd rather be working or doing something. If I have a day off, I'm either changing strings on guitars or working on guitars or something. It's music oriented stuff.
Well, there you go. That's a good answer.
Mhm.
So do you have any who are your country music heroes?
Merle Haggard, George
Hmm.
Jones, Hank Williams Sr. Those are probably my three big ones. Just because George Jones, with his vocal range, the way he could do things. Also, Haggard with his songwriting ability and his singing, and then Hank Sr. same thing. His songwriting ability and his singing have always been my favorites. I enjoyed modern artists though too. I've been
Yes.
really getting into a girl called Sierra Farrell. She's got a lot of good stuff. I like her material. And then I like Charlie Crockett. He's another one of my favorites. So I'm kind of more into the Americana stuff as far as listening to things, but
Yeah.
there's more good writers over there. So that's what I enjoy listening to, is good lyric.
Well, very good. And then you said you have a dog or a cat?
I have a dog. Yes, I have a blue heeler. She's her name, my brother named her a Cupcake. That's my dog. She is a
Okay.
vicious dog.
Is that sort of like a cow dog or what kind of dog is that?
they're more like I guess more of a sheep dog, but yes, a
Okay.
cattle dog kind of be it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah. And do you also ride horses at all there in Kentucky?
I can ride horses. I'm not the best. I had one get away from me one time, and man, I took a trip. But
Oh, sorry.
yeah, ain't no fun. But I, I don't have any personally, but I have a lot of friends that do, and I do I can ride them. Yes.
Yeah. And do you like to go fishing and hunting?
Oh yeah, that's more my speed. I like a good fishing trip. There's a lot of ponds and lakes here in Kentucky, so there's a lot of chances for me to go do that too.
Great. And then so when you catch the fish, what kind of fish do you have back there in Kentucky?
Our main two, we got well the three, I guess, would be well, four. Now I think of them. You got catfish, which is kind of
Yes.
a big fish. Big thing here is bass fishing. We have a lot of good
Oh,
places to go bass fishing.
nice.
And for everybody that's using worms, you're going to catch a lot of bluegill. That's kind of the there's a few different variants of them, but the bluegill are the main ones. And then crappie. I love as far as eating fish. My favorite is a crappie. They've got the
Wow.
best flavor out of any fish around here. So if you're ever over in Kentucky, get you some crappie.
For sure. So what's it like being on the bus with all the boys?
I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world. It really is. Traveling with people, you get to know them so well, and my band are just like my best friends in life. They really are, and I love it. I wouldn't trade that for nothing. That's my favorite thing to do is to travel with, especially my musicians.
Yeah, so where's your next gig gonna be?
We are playing. I think it is October the 8th. We're playing at a casino in Ashland, Kentucky. It's a midnight show. It's the grand opening of this casino, Sandy's Casino there in Ashland, Kentucky, and we're playing at midnight. So I'm gonna get me a quick nap in before I go on that night.
So I'm assuming one of your big dreams is to play at the Grand Ole Opry?
Oh yes, I've got to do a few things at the Opera House, but never got to debut. That's my dream. That's as any country artist should be, is to play the Opry. And one of these days, I hope it'll happen. You just never know. But I know I'm doing what I can to make it happen.
Oh, we will look forward to that day. So who is an artist you'd like to open for? What dream do you have of an artist to?
I'd like to do a show with Willie Nelson before he passes.
Oh,
I'd
mm.
love to do a show with Willie or Dolly Parton. That'd probably be my two.
Those are the two I'm trying to get interviews with. Oh,
They're
they're on my
tough, I'm
bucket
sure.
list. On my bucket list, those two. Yes, I love them. Those are our heroes, right?
That's right. That's right.
Amazing songwriters that they are.
Well, they've been able to do what a lot of artists can, and a lot of people nowadays, it seems like they have short careers, but those guys
Yeah.
have been able to be true to their fans, be true to their fan base, and have long careers. And that's my goal as a musician, as an artist, is to have that too.
Yeah, and Dolly Parton, Hall of Fame and rock and roll, like it got a rock
And
and
she's so
roll.
popular, she got her own theme park.
Right, exactly. And Willie Nelson should be having this the same too.
He'd have to make his in California somewhere, because
Right? That's true
yeah,
because of what he does.
that's right.
Oh, he could have the whole state of Texas.
That's
Right.
right. He could.
Oh my goodness. Well, do you have anything else to share with us today?
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time here today, Judy. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and I'm going to do this more often.
Yes, for sure. Keep us posted. And we are the Hollywood Times Today, and we will be putting this up on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, the Hollywood Times Official, and so
Awesome.
you could share. What is your social media, Alex?
The best place to find me at on all social media platforms is the same handle. It's A Miller Music. Just type in A Miller Music. I have a little blue check beside my name. That's me. Tap on that and give me a follow. It sure would help me out a whole lot.
All right, we will do that. But we do thank you for taking the time today. You look amazing. Keep up the great work. A great 5 songs. It's going to do
Well,
well.
well, thank you so much. And always nice to hear you looking good, too.
Thank you.